welcome back to my channel. If you haven't been here before, my name is Kian, and today is a Real Talk Tuesday video. Whoop, whoop. If you haven't seen a Real Talk Tuesday video, I basically do a new video every week diving into a topic that people in our generation don't really like to talk about, and I just try to be as raw, honest, and vulnerable as possible to help you guys as much as I can and kind of show you guys how I overcame a certain situation. So with that being said, I put out a poll on Instagram. If you're not following me, I will link it right here. Be sure to follow me so I can get your feedback for future videos. But I asked if you guys wanted to see a video on money or sex. Actually, I haven't checked the results, so it's 57% sex and the rest is money. So you guys voted for sex, and I will be making a Real Talk Tuesday video about sex. And next week or the week after that, I'm having a friend come on and talk about porn for Real Talk Tuesday. So I decided that it's very similar to sex, so I'm gonna hold off on the sex one, and we're gonna talk about money today. So I'm sorry if you voted for the sex one. I see you guys, but that will be coming really soon. So let's talk about money today. A lot of us struggle with money, that's no doubt. A lot of us allow it to control our lives in some type of way, whether it controls our happiness, we let it stress us out, and everything in between. Money has a lot of power over our lives. And I, over the past year, have gotten really good at making money powerless. And that means that it doesn't matter how much money is in my bank account, I can still be happy. It doesn't matter if I don't have enough money to pay rent, I do not feel stressed about it. So I'm going to talk about how I kind of achieved that and have gotten to this place where money no longer controls me. But we all have money programs or money baggage, as I like to call it, unless we were really blessed and somehow managed to get through life without any baggage around money. God bless you. I hope to raise my kids that way, but if we're all being honest, we all have some kind of baggage around money, and that doesn't necessarily mean it was because you're poor. You know, a lot of rich people who grow up in rich families have baggage around money as well. Maybe that's how their parents showed their love, and they weren't getting love in any other way besides getting thrown a check or getting thrown gifts. So maybe, you know, people have money baggage on all sorts of levels. Personally, my money story is that I need to feel guilty around money. And that stems from my childhood. My parents both had good jobs, but they had a lot of children, so it kind of spread them a little bit thin. And I used to hear a lot of phrases like, we can't afford that, or we're struggling right now, and things like that. A lot of times they would offer to help me out, but there was always this knowing in the back of my mind, like they needed it too, and if they were helping me out, they were still struggling. So in my head as a child, I associated money with guilt, and which led to many bad decisions. It led to me spending a lot of money on credit cards that I didn't have, thousands of dollars. I'm talking over $20,000 on credit cards. Subconsciously, I was comfortable feeling guilty about money. I wasn't going like, oh, I need to feel guilty about money, so I'm gonna buy these Stuart Weitzman boots. Like, that's not how it went, okay? It was a slow, gradual thing, and it was definitely just the undertone. Now that I've stepped outside the situation and look back, I can see that's what I was doing. But a lot of times you don't really realize what your money story is. So that's the first thing. I would just reflect right now and write down what you make money mean. So what words do you associate with money? It might be stress, it might be pain, it might be your parents, it might be who knows. But I would just start by writing down everything you think about money. That's a good place to kind of sort out what your mindset around money is right now. So as I said before, I struggled a lot with spending, and that was something I overcame more recently in the last year. I no longer spend any money on credit cards. I hardly ever shop. And I believe that was through filling a void in my life with God. I don't know exactly what void I was trying to fill, but ever since I became a Christian, I no longer felt this need to be shopping all the time. The best way I can explain my current money mindset is to give you an example, and that was I went a solid 4 or 5 months this year not having enough money to pay rent, not knowing where I was going to get the money for rent, and each month I did not feel stressed, I did not feel sad, I did not feel unhappy, and that is because of the secret I'm about to share with you. It's because I was able to take the power out of money. And that doesn't mean I was in like a healthy financial situation. Clearly I didn't have enough money to pay my bills, which stinks, but at least I wasn't going to cause myself mental pain while I was going through that situation. Because a lot of us, when we can't pay a bill or something happens with money, we immediately start stressing over it, we're unhappy about it, we are angry, we're upset, we're sad, we're overwhelmed, and we tie all those feelings together with money. We have bonded them together. So I'm about to share with you how I detached all of my feelings from money, and now it doesn't matter how much money I have in my bank account, I can still be happy. And honestly, this is it has set me free in such a way. Like, I wish everyone could experience this, just the freedom you can have from these emotions. It is so peaceful, and it has saved me so much stress and so many headaches and so many tears. So I'm so excited to share with you. By now you should have made the list of all the things you think about money. And if you don't want to write down, just think really quick what words you associate with it. Now, what if I told you I could erase all of those words? All of those words, and it could just be nothing. That is exactly how I look at money. So I did a course called Landmark. I highly recommend it. And it wasn't till, actually it took me a little while to figure out that I could apply the concepts that I learned from Landmark to money. And now looking back at it, I think that was like the best thing I got out of the course now that I have applied it to money. But a big thing that they tell you in there is that everything is meaningless. And that means that you get to assign the meaning to everything in life. If you think about it, we assign a meaning. But let's say a guy doesn't text you back. That's easier. So what happened? A guy didn't text you back. What we say in our head, he doesn't like me, we're not good enough, I'm not good enough, I need to change my hair color, I need to send him a nude photo, he's busy, he's seeing somebody else, he's cheating on me. That's what we do. We just assign all of this meaning to a simple situation of he didn't text back. So what I do is I peel back all that meaning and get to the root of what actually happened. So it doesn't mean anything. We decided that it meant it. So that means we can also decide to take all that meaning away, and it can just come down to the fact that, hey, he didn't text me back. And that's a much more powerful place to be. Basically what I figured out is I can do the same thing with money. I can make money mean nothing. What? I know. And it's like a crazy concept, I think, because everyone in here in the self-development world is trying to reprogram their money mindset and think money's awesome and all this stuff. And sure, money is awesome. But I would prefer to not think of money as anything. I would prefer to not give money any meaning, because giving it positive meaning can also be dangerous as well. But let's talk about the negative for a second. So if I had $20 in my bank account, I would make it mean I am a loser. I would make it mean that I need to be stressed. I would make it mean that I need to be overwhelmed and my life's a mess. I would make this mean so many things if I didn't have enough money to pay my bills. Same thing, I would go down this train. Anxiety, stress, sadness, overwhelm, anger, whatever it is, I would make it mean something. Now, let's say I only have $100 in my bank account. I literally decide that does not mean anything about me. And that's it. It just doesn't. It doesn't mean anything about me if I don't choose it to mean anything about me. Literally, I can't pay my rent. That's it, period. It's not, I can't pay my rent, I'm a loser, I'm a failure, I'm this, I'm that. No, the fact of the matter is you can't pay your rent. Period. You have $20 in your bank account. Period. And that is the magic. It doesn't need to mean anything. It doesn't need to affect your emotion. And this will take practice, but I promise you, if you get to a point where you can literally make money mean nothing, you will be so much happier. You will not be stressing. And when I say I can't pay my rent, that doesn't mean I'm not going to go do stuff to make sure I can pay my rent, but I don't need to go through this emotional middle ground to get to action, because usually it's I can't pay my rent, then we go to this step, which is stress, anxiety, crying, worrying. That's all here, and then we take action. But by doing this, you take that middle step out and you can just say, oh, okay, I can't pay my rent. Cool, let's do something about it. But we're not taking any time in between to worry about it or stress about it, and this will save you so much time, and you are going to be so much happier, I promise. So literally, it's the most simple thing, but I promise it's life-changing, and you can do this in so many areas of your life, but I find that money has made the biggest difference for me. So I can leave a situation, when I think I shared this in my meditation video, but when I got out of this 10-day meditation, I lost 75% of my income. I got my phone back and I had negative $20 in my bank account, lost 70% of my income, and I had lost 2 clients, had no idea what I was gonna do, and I literally was just like, okay. I didn't cry, I didn't get overwhelmed, I didn't get stressed, and that is where the magic happens, because I was just like, okay, no use wasting any emotion on making it mean something. Let's just go take action so I can pay my rent, get a new job, whatever I need to do. Let's just go do that. I don't really feel like wasting my time being stressed or anxious or any of that other stuff. Now, I do want to mention that you also should not make money mean good things about you. A lot of people get money and they make it mean that they're better than people. They get money and they make it mean that they should be treated better than people. They get money and they make it mean they can treat other people worse. And so that's what I mean, making money mean positive things can also be dangerous, because then you are basing your value on how much money you have. What happens if you lose all that money, there goes all your self-worth. I encourage you to reflect on that as well. If you are well off, have you made money mean you're better than people? Have you made money mean something like that that's may seem positive, but it's actually negative? So try out this method of thinking. I encourage you to try it out for a week, a couple weeks, or a month, just to take all meaning out of money. Just take it all away. I saw a woman on the corner holding up a sign saying she needed $90 for rent. and she was walking up and down the street just crying. And you know what? She made that mean that she had to be on the corner with a sign. She probably made it mean that she was pathetic, or that she was an embarrassment, you know. And it broke my heart that she gave that much power to money, and she let it define her, and she let it get to her in such an emotional way. And you might not be standing out on a corner with a sign begging for money, but a lot of us allow money to impact us in the same way that that woman did. And I do not want to see any of you guys in pain or stress about money. So I cannot recommend this enough. Please try this. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know your philosophy on it. This is just what has worked for me, and I promise it'll probably work for you too if you just try it on. So that is the end of today's Real Talk Tuesday. Please subscribe to my channel if you want to see more, and I just please leave a comment or send me a message on Instagram of any other ideas you have for this series, because I will probably run out of ideas soon. So wow, that's sad because this is my second video, so I take that back. Alright, well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Can't wait to see what you guys say in the comments. Please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to become a part of my family by subscribing. Have a wonderful day. I will see you next week. Bye!